Hey y'all, I'm Lachlan, and it's that time of the year where I want to cozy up inside with a blanket and a game, so let's bring back my gaming list videos with another top 5 cozy games for the Nintendo Switch. Very quickly, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to see these videos come back. I am reviving them from the grave, but if you want to see more, make sure to ring that bell. I will include each gaming developer's website in the description box below if they have one, and any other relevant information, but let's get into this list.
Number 1.
Number 1 on my list is The Last Campfire. This is an adventure, puzzle, platformer game I am so happy I purchased last year. It was developed and published by Hello Games and released in 2020. You begin the story as a lost ember trapped in a world as you search for meaning and a way home. You must discover your purpose by helping the lost embers you come across. As you travel deeper into the lands beyond the dark forest, you learn to overcome adversities by solving puzzles and uncovering the world around you. There really aren't any bosses in this game, as your main objective is to help all the other lost souls find their way. I love how this game gives another perspective that other games don't always have. This game has been given rave reviews for a reason, as it's not just a puzzle game, but a puzzle game with a deeper meaning as well. With its deeper meaning and 22 challenging puzzles, it had my full attention, and I honestly did not want to put it down until I completed it. I quickly became attached to my little ember and all the other embers within the story. This game will take you about 5 hours to complete, with completionists taking at least 6.5 hours. When you complete the story, you will unlock even more puzzles, and I've done them all except one. The additional puzzles are a little more difficult than the puzzles in the main story. I recommend this game for its stimulating puzzles and beautiful 3D art style. This is another great game that just translates well to the Switch, and it doesn't hurt that you and the other embers are adorable too. Every time my little ember would kneel down, listen, and seem to care about the other helpless embers they interact with, it just got me in my feels. The soft music is also very enjoyable, but the game is fully narrated, and that truly helps engulf you into the story. I'll include a walkthrough I found on YouTube that you can watch if you want some glimpses into the music and look of this game. Check down below.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the game Spiritfarer. This adventure management simulation game was on my wish list for a while, and I'm so glad I finally played it. It was developed and published by Thunder Lotus Games and released in 2020. You play as Stella, who is the ferry master to the deceased known as a Spiritfarer. At the beginning of the game, you are given a worn-down boat to explore the world, and all while befriending and caring for spirits before releasing them into the afterlife. You can farm, mine, fish, harvest, cook, and craft in this game, as well as you discover new territories across the mystical seas. You also have your cat companion Daffodil that is super adorable and can be loved on. Speaking of, you can also hug and create stronger bonds with the spirits that spend time on your boat before they go to the afterlife. Unfortunately, you will have to say goodbye to your spirit friends, so giving out extra hugs helped me cope with that too. As your boat updates, you are able to grow and harvest crops. One of my favorite parts of the game is the minigame you can play to quickly grow them. You help Stella play her guitar in a series of buttons as you watch her magical playing cause the crops to grow before your very eyes. Not only is it a fun rhythm game, but this is one of my favorite songs in the game as well, which leads me to another thing I really love about this game is the music. If you watched any of my other gaming list videos, you will know that a game's music really makes a game enjoyable to me. Spiritfarer has the most remarkable, soft, and delightful music that you just have to listen for yourself. It is available on Apple Music, and I have probably listened to the soundtrack at least 30 times all the way through. Thunder Lotus Games provided a total of 3 updates to Spiritfarer before calling it quits to work on other projects, but with the amount of customization options and gameplay, you can play this game for quite some time. Spiritfarer can either be played for 30 hours or, for my fellow completionists, play for over 50 hours to experience everything. I recommend this relaxing game for its beautiful art style, simulation aspects, and overall connections you make with the spirits you meet. Every spirit you form stronger bonds with will touch your heart in some way where it makes it difficult to finally say goodbye. However, regardless of the bittersweet parts of this game, it's definitely a game you don't want to miss.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Tinykin. I knew a few months ahead of its Switch launch that I wanted to purchase this adventure puzzle platformer on day one. It was developed by Splash Team, published by tinyBuild, and released in August of 2022. You play as Milo, who arrives on Earth, discovers he's way too small, everyone has gone, and a day hasn't passed since 1991. You must team up with the mysterious Tinykin minions and use their unique powers to help you on your journey. Each Tinykin has its own ability too, like the pink Tinykin are super strong, and the red ones are like bombs. You basically have to find a way home through a sprawling ant-sized metropolis and unravel Earth's biggest mystery. This game kind of gives me a Bug's Life vibes because you're super small and even help out the bugs that are inhabiting the large empty house. The house may not have any humans, but the beetles and ants sure have taken over by creating their own large cities. To help navigate through the city, you can find and unlock new Tinykin to assist you, or Milo can slide across the floors on his soap board. Milo may have one running speed, but he certainly can move when he's skating on his soap board. You can catch over 100 Tinykin in each city, which means there's a lot of exploring you have to do if you want to find them all. I wasn't successful in finding all of them, but man was my completionist side being fed. This game will take 6 hours for regular players and up to 9+ hours for completionists. The Tinykin also gave me Pikmin vibes, in which you have a large group of minions following the main protagonist as mini characters in a large world. I recommend this game for its similarities to Pikmin, minus the high price tag and its explorative adventure. It takes me a lot longer to complete games because all I want to do is explore every nook and cranny until I think I've found everything. In between finding things and opening new areas, I would even stop and idle Milo for a bit to listen to the music. The soundtrack is obviously a must listen, available on Apple Music, and quickly hit my ever-expanding gaming music playlist. Quick side note too, when you idle Milo for a bit, the Tinykin around you will slowly be lulled to sleep, which is super adorable.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Ooblets. I've showcased this life farming simulation game quite a few times on my channel. It was developed by Glumberland, published by Glumberland and Fangamer, originally released in 2020, but released to Switch in September of 2022. This game is a different sort of farming sim where your new friends are plentiful in Ooblets. You can spend your time renovating your farm, designing your house, raising odd little creatures, participating in dance battles, and overall help the mayor save Badgetown. The crops you grow can be used for crafting treats, and it's actually a good way to get gummy money as well. There are also fun daily challenges, dance tournaments, townsfolk quests, and badges to earn to keep you busy if saving the town isn't enough for you. There is so much to discover, but my favorite part has to be the Ooblets. You can build up a team of Ooblets by participating in card-based dance battles, level them up, and unlock new moves. When you defeat the Ooblet crew, you are awarded that Ooblet seed that you then plant on your farm, grow your very own Ooblet, and add them to your team. If you enjoy Pokemon where you can collect them all, you will enjoy that same nostalgia by collecting all the different Ooblets. There are even Gleamy Ooblets to collect as well. It will take you up to 30 hours to complete all 27 Ooblet achievements. However, there is so much to do in this game, you can easily play it well over 30 hours as well. The game doesn't necessarily have a finish line though, because it is a farming sim, and there is new seasonal content this year to keep you coming back. I recommend this adorable game for the cute Ooblet collecting, farming, and quirky music. Y'all should know by now how much music makes or breaks a game for me, and the Ooblet soundtrack is on Apple Music. Go give it a listen because its quirky, upbeat sounds always make me do one of those awkward shoulder dances. You know what I'm talking about. You may have even seen some of my wonderful dancing here on my channel.
Number 5.
Number 5, and definitely not least, is Cult of the Lamb. This roguelike farming sim game was nominated for the 2022 Best Indie, developed by Massive Monster, published by Devolver Digital, and released in June of 2022. You start your own cult in a land of false prophets, venturing out into diverse and mysterious regions to build a loyal community of animal worshippers and spread your word to become the one true cult. To keep your followers alive, you will need to create a farm, cook what you harvested or found on a dungeon run crusade, invest in newer ways to gather lumber, stone, and other materials to build up your structures, beds, and cult, and even clean up after your followers poop. Farming sim aside, you will need to bring more followers into the cult by going through the dungeons to save them, all while keeping them happy or training them to continuously follow your teachings without dissenting against you. Not everyone would label this game as cozy, but once you see the cute little lamb you play as and the followers you accept into the cult, you can't help but fall in love with this game. My favorite part has to be decorating my cult with decorations I've crafted after a long crusade run, and nothing beats coming back from a long crusade to your animal followers sleeping peacefully in their beds. Sometimes you'll return from a crusade and there will be a bit of chaos, but it doesn't take long to get things sorted again. This game will take you about 13.5 hours to complete, with 21 hours to complete for completionists. I'm not sure there is a limit of how many followers you can have in this game, but there was a Twitter user by the name of KingFrench23 that posted a video showing off their cult of 100 followers. I don't know how they were able to manage that many at one time, but luckily you don't need that many followers to beat the game. I recommend this game for its art style, creepy yet upbeat music, available on Apple Music by the way, and its ability to consistently draw me back in. I want to play this game even more every time I put it down again. While I'm playing, I can't even seem to want to put it down, no matter how tired I get. Don't let the roguelike style of this game intimidate you either, because if I can play it, anyone can. And that is my top 5 cozy games that I will be playing this chilly season. I'm happy to bring back my gaming list videos, but it will be more seasonally rather than monthly because that didn't really pan out the very first time I did it. But let me know in the comments below what games you would like to see me play here on my channel or try out for a future gaming list video. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you enjoyed this video, and make sure to ring that bell so you don't miss out on the next top 5 video. And thank y'all so much for watching.